Good morning, Desert Sands Unified School District and Desert Sands Educational Foundation. My name is Sean Webb, and I'm the Director of Community Engagement in the Foundation for Desert Sands Unified School District. And you are watching Classroom Conversations. This is episode 19. I want to go ahead and make sure to read off the mission here for the Desert Sands Educational Foundation, as they are the ones that supply this use of this program, StreamYard. Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in the Desert Sands Unified School District. And our vision is that we partner with public and private sectors in DSUSD, and then we financially support our programs in Desert Sands for either extracurriculars, experience in academics, the arts, and where we can engage the staff and so forth. But I'm going to go ahead. We've got a full morning. I'm going to go ahead and advance on here. And we've got a full morning. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Chef Mary. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very, very well. Enjoying this nice warm weather in the desert. And you can see I have a new background. I just keep changing it, a picture. I'm not really anywhere different, just the background.
Okay. Just very funny. I know that you travel and you've got the pockets of people that you stay with. So I know you're keeping safe. Yes,
I do. I'm actually quite careful. It's almost more scary to go in the grocery store than to visit our friends. But okay. It works out well. And
wait a second. We're getting a stream bomb here. I got to let somebody in here. Hold on, Chef Mary. Watch out. We got a stream bomb. What's going on? Mary Perry's got some important information for us. What's going on, Mary Perry?
I do. And maybe it's another birthday present if you want to look at it that way, Mary. But as a member of the Desert Sands Educational Foundation Board, I would like to officially welcome Mary as a member of our board. Mary, thank you so much for being willing to join us and to serve. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I am excited and honored. I've always felt when you're trusted to do something, it means a lot to me. And so thank you. And I'm kind of fun. It's going to be fun.
It is. And thank you. Have a really good time. It's a lot of work though. Thank you, Mary. I can't wait to be working with you again. I've missed you. So it's going to be great to side by side again, confuse people on which Mary they're talking to.
Yeah, well, we can do Mary P and Mary T.
That's right. Now that's so much easier.
Or just Chef and then Mary. There we go.
Plain old Mary.
So
thank you again, Mary. I'm going to be listening in because Monroe is near and dear to my heart. But thank you so much. We're going to have a good time.
Okay. Thank you. Just
Mary
when the next
Perry,
time.
thank you for stream bombing us.
Of course.
We'll see you later. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mary.
Bye.
So we had our meeting last night, Mary. Congratulations.
I'm excited. I just had goosebumps all over me when she said that. I thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we haven't announced it to everyone else yet, and we haven't been able to notify everyone else, but you have 4 other people who are joining with you. So we've got a full slate of 5 people that are joining our board. We're really excited. We've got 9 great board members and then 4 more additional. So we're growing, and we're very, very excited for that.
Great. And I think it's just, it's nice to be involved in something that you feel serious about. You have a dedication to the process, making a difference. I've always felt you have to do something to make a difference. Even if you fold a towel the right way, it's just, that's what you do.
Yep. Well, thank you very much. And why don't we go ahead and continue on with some of our topics here. We're going to continue with our social media. And as I said, we're going to have a visitor here shortly. But why don't we continue on with Twitter? Let's see what's going on there and see what Jan has posted for us. Here's the Desert Sands Twitter account. You can follow us at DSUSD. I'm sorry, at Desert Sands USD. But we've been talking about this. Here it is, starting September 30th. Starting tomorrow, they get 7 days worth of meals, Mary, when they come in and grab their meals for meal distribution. And it's the same time frame that we've been doing, but they're going to get a full 7 days worth of meals. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. And I would say, go ahead.
Do they come the weekend too?
Nope. They just go ahead on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they get their meal. Mondays, they get meals for a couple days, and then Wednesdays for the rest of the week. Yeah. And then here we have, we talked about the school supply drive. There's Vanessa with La Quinta Police who came in, as well as this is Vanessa and her mom and some of the volunteers that came in. This was Saturday. and it's pretty amazing. They filled up 2 SUVs in the back of a truck that was delivered to Saul Martinez and Mecca School with supplies. And we also have our Start with Hello Week. We have a new addition, as you know, Mrs. Wood, and she's going to be joining us on Classroom Conversations later in the month to talk about the LCAP process. But she was really instrumental in promoting Start with Hello Week here at the district office, and it was pretty awesome to see her bring some school spirit and so forth to the district office. So she was advertising that for us. And then this brings us up to our visitor. I'm going to go ahead and play a video real quick before we bring on our visitor. Let me make this work here. But the National Blue Ribbon Schools just came out, and this was a video that was posted on Facebook.
Hello, I'm Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. I'm pleased to celebrate with you as your school is named a National Blue Ribbon School. We recognize and honor your important work, preparing all students for successful careers and meaningful lives. Congratulations on your students' accomplishments and for your commitment to their futures. Now it's my pleasure to introduce 2020's National Blue Ribbon Schools.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Jame Monroe Elementary. Mrs. Joyner, welcome to Classroom Conversations. How are you doing?
Good morning, Sean. Thanks for having me. Excited. Still excited. Over the moon.
I bet. So I just pulled up the map about the 2020 National Blue Ribbon Schools in the entire country. And I noticed in California it says there was 36, and we're one of those 36. That's outstanding.
We are one of 36. There are actually 5,887 elementary schools in the state of California.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely fantastic. Well, this is the morning where this type of thing is happening. We got another stream bomber. Well, I'm going to bring back Chef Mary. But she's on with us. But then we've got 2 other stream bombers, Chef Mary. I don't think you've seen these other 2.
No.
But we've got the Director of Elementary Education, Mick Wilhite here. Good morning, Mick. How you doing?
Good morning. Great. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. And we also have, I don't know how she's able to do it, Dr. Kelly Mae Vollmer. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Thank you for joining us. And we'll start off ladies first. Dr. Kelly Mae Vollmer, tell us why you joined us.
Well, I missed this. I am over the moon about the news of Monroe School being named a Blue Ribbon School, and we are so proud of all the staff at Monroe Elementary. And I just personally wanted to come on and express my gratitude to Principal Joyner and to her whole staff for the outstanding educational opportunities that they continue to offer for the students that attend there. And we absolutely aren't surprised in the slightest, but we are so proud. And I will tell you, listening to Christy share those stats of how many elementary schools there are, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
So very well done. We're so proud of all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Vollmer. Thank you.
And Mr. Wilhite, if you'd like to go ahead and say some comments to Mrs. Joyner.
Absolutely. I just want to let her know how proud I am of her. In her 3 years, she's done some amazing things at Monroe along with her team. The students, the staff, the parents, the community are so involved with the Mustangs, and we just couldn't be prouder. So when we saw that you're nationally recognized, just had to jump in on here real quick, uninvited, and just tell you so much how proud we are and how much we support what you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing, Christy. You're amazing.
Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. And guys, I know that you're awfully busy. I'll go ahead and exit from the room. But thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll pick up later.
Much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So, Chef Mary, we've never been stream bomb like this before.
I know. Are they on a line outside your office kind of popping in with this? It's like, yay.
I like that.
So, Christy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the process with the Blue Ribbon School application as well as the award?
I would be happy to now that I'm not writing anymore, right? for the application. So the California Distinguished Schools
Oh,
program.
hold up. We got one more. I just saw him there. Look at this. The superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Kelly, for arranging that.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if we have any others.
I don't know. That's pretty special. They're some pretty special people. So thank you so much.
Okay, so let's talk about the writing process.
So California Distinguished School Program, a little smitten with that attention. Thank you very much. So California School Recognition Program is the California Distinguished Schools, which started, was revised in 2018. Prior to 2018, there was the California Gold Ribbon Schools for 3 years. It was a transitional program, and some of our phenomenal schools here in the desert, in Desert Sands, were awarded Gold Ribbon Schools. So in 2018, California revised that. Department of Education revised the criteria and the program, and so we started anew with new criteria. So in 2018, under the wonderful foundational direction of Mr. Kent, Monroe was awarded California Distinguished School. And then in 2020, this year, we were again awarded California Distinguished School. So what happens at the state level is that they have a set of criteria based on student achievement. If you meet that criteria, you're invited to put in an application, and that application's pretty rigorous, but they want you to explain what you're doing and how you're doing it, what's your measure of success. So they've already determined what the criteria for achievement is. And so of the 5,887 elementary schools, a little over 323 or so were given the California Distinguished School Award. And then from that process, from the 323, California Department of Education chooses the top 30, I think there's 33, maybe 33 schools. And then those top schools, which included Monroe, we're so proud and humbled to say, were put forward to the United States Department of Education's National Blue Ribbon School, which is nationwide. And that also is an application process. And I wanted to publicly recognize the work that Mary Perry, the wonderful Mary Perry, did with me to edit the application. It's really large. Both applications are very large. But Mary Perry was right there alongside me to help me make sure that I was representing our district well and that it was well written and all that kind of good stuff. So that's how we got to National Blue Ribbon.
That is quite the process. I've had the opportunity to fill out those applications as a part of being on teams, schools and so forth. And I know that those things are lengthy. Chef Mary, we're talking pages upon pages, maybe like 30 pages of written document, and you have to back it up with what you're doing on your campus and have things just
oh my God,
involved, the students involved, the teachers involved, all has to be backed up. It's like writing a thorough report, a research report.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible, Chrissy. That's something to be very proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's
I think in those cases,
oh, go ahead, Chef Mary.
I think what I found in those cases too, you have a good staff underneath you and you present something to everybody that they want to learn and want to do something. I've always felt that's real important, that if you don't have a healthy team behind you and you don't make them successful, someone said, would you hire someone smarter than you? And I would, in a minute, I would hire someone smarter than me. Why would I want to hire someone?
Got a little interference on my end here. I'm
Doesn't
not
know
sure
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to point out that Linda Porras, our board president, is watching.
But I can see in that award with your teachers and your.
Oh, I want to point out our board. Christy, can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're having a little bit of feedback. I'm sorry about that for those watching. But I want to mention that our board president is watching. And
Thank
she
you,
said, congratulations, Ms. Joyner, and kudos to Mary Perry for the amazing writing. And,
Thank
Oh,
you. Mrs. Porce was also named on that application, FYI. So
yeah, you always got to include the board members on the applications, most definitely.
yes, thank you so much.
Excellent. Now, I know that we kind of broke up when I was trying to ask my question, so I'll ask again. Maybe you could tell us, give us an update. What's going on with Monroe families right now? What's going on with the Monroe School? Any updates with what's going on from your end?
Well, we have, as Chef Mary said, we really do have an outstanding, phenomenal staff here at Monroe working very hard. And that's including our classified employees, everybody from Mrs. Perez, who hands out the meals, to our office staff, our librarian, our noon yards, who are working really hard for us right now. Their function has changed a little. They're contributing, and a phenomenal teaching staff. And we're working hard on distance learning and continuing the rigor and high expectations that Monroe sets forth during regular instruction. And, we have a really great parent community who supports their kids and are right alongside them every step of the way. And, we're just wanting to be here for them and make sure that they feel supported, and that the glitches are out for them, because they're making huge sacrifices for our work.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
I said this backstage, and I'll flat out say that my house is very close to your guys' school. It's very close to Earhart. It's very close to Ford. I love that our own district is going to make a very difficult decision for myself and my wife to decide where Brooklyn's going to go to school.
Yeah.
Because there's such great programs at all of our schools, and immediately right around my neighborhood. So that's even better for us. Definitely. Oh, we do have one other person that's watching, Jan Diaz from our communications department. Congratulations, Monroe. Way to go.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for your support.
Outstanding.
A friendly face on the phone whenever we call. Jan's always there.
Most definitely. Chef Mary, I'm going to let Mrs. Joyner, Miss Joyner, go ahead and get back to her busy day with her staff and so forth. Do you have any other questions for her?
No, I just think it's awesome. I think that you're a super person to bring this whole team with you. I mean, you've brought them on a great ride, so they've all been able to enjoy the results of their hard work.
Yeah.
We had that happen in Big Bear, and it was just nice to make your people feel successful. I think that's really important. The students, and they're a part of a school that they can say, we won awards, and it gives them a sense of pride and ownership. I really think it gives them a sense of ownership. And I think our young people really need to have those feelings that, look what we've done, look what we helped do. And so congratulations for your hard work. I know I've been in your shoes before, and I know the dedication and the love.
Yeah.
Was there.
Most definitely.
Sean, if it's okay, I just want to point out one of the important things I think that was a part of our application that I don't want to go without saying is, I wrote into our application, and please feel free to read that wonderful piece of literature. But I did write in and made a great point to talk about the support that we have from the district office.
Oh, fantastic.
From Mr. Wilhite's office, from the bus department, from the gardeners, Dr. Vollmer's department, the superintendent's office. We have a really great support system. I've been in several districts prior to coming to Desert Sands, and with the foundation and the support that we get with professional development and the board's vision to make sure that happens, it makes a huge difference. I can speak from professional experience, and that was written into the application. It takes a phenomenal team and a collective leadership, but really the system here at Desert Sands, I exaggerate not in the slightest, has made a huge difference in our ability to provide what we provide for at Monroe. And we are very, very thankful. And you really get your eyes opened wide when you're at different districts, and you have different experiences when you bring when myself coming to Desert Sands. And I just want to thank everybody, because I think sometimes you don't get thanked all the time, and the stuff that you guys are doing as the foundation and the support piece, we appreciate it. And it is part of our success here at Monroe. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'll say I've been with this district over 15 years, and it's like I like to say they're part of my family now.
Mhm.
And no pun intended, but I like to say we got to have a strong web. Yeah. Well, Ms. Joyner, when you do, I know that you just found out on Friday, and when it gets to the point when you want to do a virtual celebration, please know that I'm here available to help you out with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you, Mary.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Congratulations for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mary, pretty amazing.
Yes.
Huh? Some great things going on here in Desert Sands once again.
I know. And then she's from San Diego too. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you got to reconnect there a little bit.
I know. She said, "Where did you go to high school?" No, that was a long time ago.
Hey, we do have one more comment that came up. I believe it's, I'm not sure if this is a family member or a staff member, but way to go, Monroe. Congratulations. You got to love when we have our live viewers, give us some comments and so forth. And I do want to point out to our live viewers, if you want to follow us, Classroom Conversations, Chef Mary and I are here every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. And you're more than welcome to join us. I will share, Mary, Thursday, we got a special day coming. Do you know what October 1st is?
It's the first month of my birthday month.
Well, that is very important. Yes, I know that. But October 1st is the day for the fast food to open, and we're going to have some of my colleagues from Palm Desert High join us. We're going to have the counseling staff from Palm Desert High join us.
Oh,
and
cool.
They're going to talk about the process of the FAFSA, what it does for you, how to apply, what you need to do. And really cool thing is on that morning, Mary, we're going to not only be on Desert Sands social media, but the foundation over at Palm Desert High and the Palm Desert High social media, we're going to be produced on their page as well, because they know that that information is very valuable and they want to have it for their families and their students to be able to see outside of school hours too.
Well, I think that's important. And I think all this information going out is really connecting us and joining us back together as a group that you can share, particularly with Christy's accomplishment.
Yeah.
And it might, it may make other people even step up to the bar a little bit more, or go to her and find out how she was able to present all that information to get the award. You always have that one person that sort of starts the ball rolling. And so maybe we'll get more schools.
Yep. Most definitely. The beautiful thing about our district is we have great professional learning teams and collaborations going. We have PLC process meetings that are going on with our staffs and at our school sites all the time. And believe it or not, that actually happens with our leadership teams too. So we'll put like groups together. We'll put elementary principals together. We'll put middle school principals together, high school principals, and they have think time. They have time to work on different things that are scenarios that happen at their school sites. And that's key. That's key. And obviously there will definitely be conversation going back and forth with Ms. about what's going on at their site as well.
Yeah, we find that same thing in the culinary field. Like you're working with another chef and you see something done a different way or a different presentation, or, something that you would have never thought that would be that simple to do. And I think the important thing is to embrace that information and not be intimidated by it. Or if someone says, I really need you to do it this way, take it as constructive help and then do it and kind of move on. And that's what I like about my career in culinary is every event we do, like you see something different, you see something handled a different way or an idea. And I think that team building and those times together are critical.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to get kudos, and we got another kudos here. We've got one of our viewers watching, Doug has it, saying great job, Sean and Chef Mary and DSUSD. You got to love getting kudos.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Doug for a long, long time.
I actually see him when I hike in the trails in the morning early. He's one of those guys that gets up there before dark, and he wears a headlamp, and I have a flashlight. I get to see him every now and then. Yeah, very nice.
So Sean, I had a quick question for you. That's I know that you're hiking in the morning, and you're looking fabulous, but there's this penguin that's up there all the time. It just kind of fascinates me. I keep watching it, and I go, "Oh, I wonder where the penguin went." So someone just apparently put him there.
So I've been hiking since June, and I got to thank one of my own colleagues, Jan Diaz. She introduced me to that hike up there, and I've been hiking since June, and I saw a stuffed black penguin, like this penguin, black and white. And one day it's in a cave. It's always in the same area. One day it's in a cave standing up.
Yeah.
Another day it's standing down, or head down. Another day he's down in the gully. I feel like it's penguin philosophy. Where I see the penguin tells me how my week or day is going to be, and I have an open mind.
When I lived in Julian, and like if I take a walk in the morning, the first thing I see is I'll take a picture. Then I kind of focus on finding that, because it's like, you see a yellow Volkswagen, then you see 100.
Yeah.
And I was walking one day and there was some playing cards face down on the side of the road. So I just took a picture. There was 2, and I didn't turn them over. I'll just take, weird pictures. And then the next day there was the 3rd one. And then people started saying, are you going to turn the card over? And I go, no, I don't want to turn the card over. Then one day I went and the card was turned over. And I don't know how it got there. It was out in the middle of nowhere, but
Okay.
there were playing cards. So it reminded me of your penguin. So you start looking for stuff like that.
So we have another video and another treat. So last was about 2 weeks ago was the start of Hispanic Heritage Month, which goes from September 15th to October 15th. With that being said, we had our partner from City of Indio come over, Brooke Bear, who's their Mary Perry. And what she did was she came over to highlight what we have going on in our hallways. And when I show this video, this is our hallways of the district office. This is actually like when Mary Perry gets to walk out of her office, she gets to see all this beautiful artwork. When I walk out of my office, I see a bunch of boxes of computers. She's in the high rent district. I'm in the low rent district in my office. But let's show you this video that Brooke put together. And I want to point out, I did a little camera work on this. It was kind of fun. But let me show you this video here, Mary.
With the City of Indio, and we're at Desert Sands Unified School District right now with art instructor Yolanda Ju. She, for the last 6 years, has initiated a Hispanic Heritage Month art program for her students. Yolanda, this is incredible artwork. What kind of guidance were you giving the kids about putting this sort of thing together?
Well, a lot of times, what kids just really need is time to do what they are natural at, because all students everyone is an artist. That's my belief. My kids know that. So all they need is just one little thing and they're off. They just need time and space.
I'm sure that they're also learning a lot, not just about art, but about the contributions of Hispanic Americans to our culture while they're going through this process.
Definitely. John Glenn is an international studies school. It's an international baccalaureate school. So we embrace diversity. So each of our themes is mostly and almost always focusing on a culture. But you're right. We not only learn about culture and about art, but we also learn the basic skills that come with art studies. It's very intense sometimes because we study, the elements of art, principles of design, all the theories that have to do with art. So it's pretty intense, but fun.
You don't always know what the finished product is going to look like. So when the students, especially this year, because they're working remotely, send off that art to you, what surprises you the most?
Honestly, they surprise me just as much. And I think that all they need to do, all the kids need to know is that I believe they can do it. It all has to do with high expectations. And if I say, this is what I want you to do, here's an example, now do it. Kids are just natural at it. I mean, I wish you could be in my classroom and watch the kids at work. They're unbelievable. They have no limits.
Right now, the artwork is on display at Desert Sands Unified Headquarters. Unfortunately, a lot of folks are going to be able to see it here. And are there any other ways that kids, students, artists to be can become involved in Hispanic Heritage Month and learn more about these terrific pieces of art?
Well, if you go to the John Glenn website or follow us on Instagram, and then in May we'll have our big art show that the public is invited to.
The students at Desert Ridge Academy also created amazing masks that you can see right here in this video and on our social media for the city of Indio. In the meantime, everyone, happy Hispanic Heritage Month from the city of Indio and Desert Sands Unified School District.
So there you have it, Mary.
That is incredible. And will they sell it? Will they have an auction or sell it for any fundraising, or do the kids?
I knew your mind was going to go right there, and I don't know the answer to that. I know at the high school every year they'd have an end of the year art show at La Quinta as well as at Palm Desert, and I know Indio does the same. But at the middle school level, I've never seen an actual art show. Maybe I'll have to bring that up to Miss Ju to see if they want to do something and maybe to raise some funds.
Well, there's a core of people that they collect what they call street art.
Yep.
So we're looking at things of that nature that have their own colors and distinction, and it's not like a Monet or one of those kind of guys. And
Right.
The reason why I'm saying that is my friend that lives in 29, her husband's father used to be a street painter years and years and years ago, and then now his work, he's long past, and this was probably in the 40s. It's selling, and it's just art that you would laugh about. You would go, I don't want that. But she said she has people come in the gallery and they're looking for that type of art.
Oh, fantastic. So, we got to love that our PIO is watching and she's backstage. I might actually bring her back on. If she gives me the thumbs up, I might do that. Oh, she gave me the thumbs up. We were talking about purchasing the art and so forth. Mary, why don't you tell us what do they do at John Glenn with their artwork?
Every spring, John Glenn has an art show, and all the pieces are for sale if the students so decide. And I know last year my daughter actually bought 2 pieces at the show.
Yeah.
So the artwork is amazing, and I'm sure that Yolanda is already planning one for this year, whether it's real or virtual. And I will have her share the details with you. She also does an annual fashion show, an international fashion show, where students dress and adults dress as to represent various countries. A few years ago, my grandson, who's now at La Quinta High School, attended John Glenn, and he represented our background country, if you will, our ancestral home of French Canada. And so he came out with his flannel shirt, his toque, and his hockey stick to be a part of the delegation.
You got to love poutine as well. That's some good fries.
You better believe it. Mm-hmm.
Well, Mary Perry, we still have things in common. My family, or ex-family, are from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And we are Canadian Tremens that came in from England. So once again, you and I seem to hook into a little path of life. But we did the art show at La Quinta High School, and we did food. So remember, you have a chef on your board.
Yep.
You have a chef, and we did a reception for you for Dr. Rutherford or Dr. Bailey.
I am loving this idea because I've always gone to the La Quinta Art Show as well, and you're right. Every year the food is outstanding, but Yolanda does boxed cookies and punch. So okay, here's a foundation opportunity to get involved with the art show at John Glenn Middle School. I'm loving this, Mary. I'll help. I love to bake. I'll help.
There we go. There you go. Mary, thank you for helping us out.
And I just wanted to publicly say that while this was going on and Christy Joyner was talking to you, I want you to know that I was crying. So thank you, Christy. all your love. I loved being a part of the Monroe team, and I have a feeling this may bring me lots of additional reading to have to do. But I have to say, Christy and I did a lot of this over the weekends, texting back and forth. I would take pictures of the pages that I had corrections on and text them to her. She'd text them back. So it was a wonderful process. And I agree with Christy. And I hate to use Sean's term, but we are a web. And, the district really is supportive of all the school efforts. And I know that the principals reach out to us, and I hope that we help them however and whenever we can. So thanks to both of you. I feel like this is like in a Mary Perry show. But thanks so much. And I'll talk to you both later. Bye.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.
Well,
what's kind of fun with this, Sean, is that it's opened up an avenue where you feel like we're friends. We're friends, and you want to be with that person or be in that program or be a part of it. And everybody is kind of like open-minded, open-hearted, to make all these things work. And for me, I find that pretty interesting. It doesn't seem to be like one-sided or snooty or whatever. And that's what always I found good about when I was at the school. Everybody you saw, from the gardener to the security people, it was like, hey, how are you? Good morning. You came in, you felt really good. And I see that in the district office as well, because I didn't know the district people very well until we started doing functions at the culinary program.
Right.
Then we meet our council people and our city people, and you run into Linda Evans and you know her, and all those guys, you see them. So, you've created this huge circle of influential people, but they're just everyday friends.
Yeah,
on top of
and that's the best part, is creating that great network. And like I said, they become almost like our family members because we interact with them so much. It's been a great journey, and I love being with this team. I love interacting with you for the last 10 years, Mary, and it's just been outstanding. It's outstanding. But I'm going to go ahead. I'll meet you backstage here in a second. I'm going to wrap up the show here, and I'll see you in a second.
Okay, you guys have a great weekend. Or week. No, we come back Thursday. I have no idea what day it is.
See you in a little bit, Mary.
Bye.
Okay, so as I was sharing, we got a fun week ahead. We had a fun show today, talked about some great things. But I do want to highlight one more time. Thursday, we're going to have classroom conversations with the counseling staff at Palm Desert High School, where they're going to talk about everything about the FAFSA that has opened up on October 1st. And we want to make sure that all of our high school seniors fill that out for the opportunity to get grants and loans and scholarships. I'll tell you, we heard it from La Quinta High School earlier in the school year, for their scholarships that they give out at La Quinta High. And I know a lot of the schools follow the same suit. If you don't fill out the FAFSA, if you don't fill out a profile, you don't have the opportunity to do that. So make sure you meet with your counselors and you take that opportunity to fill out your FAFSA. They'll definitely help you out. And like I said, we're going to kick it off October 1st with having the counselors from Palm Desert High School join us. And as I posted this last night in regards to joining us with the staff and so forth, we had a parent ask if they could do this during the school time. Beautiful thing about Classroom Conversations is we stream it on many spots. We stream it here on Facebook to the Desert Sands Facebook page, the Desert Sands Educational Foundation page. I do it to my personal page, so if you're a friend of mine, you can have that. As well as we put it to Twitter on Desert Sands EF, as well as on YouTube. And the beautiful thing is it all saves on there. It stays on there. So special thing about this one coming up on Thursday, it's also going to be on the Palm Desert High Facebook page, as well as streamed to their PTO Foundation page. So it'll be in all of those places available for people to watch to get all the tips about the FAFSA. Now, necessarily, you don't have to be just a Palm Desert High student to watch this. This applies to all of our students. This applies to all high school seniors in regards to the FAFSA. They will give out valuable information about that. But until Thursday, you'll definitely catch me later in the week. I'll be at a place tomorrow for meal distribution as we kick off the first time where we're giving out 7 days worth of meals again since the summer. And we'll see you then. Until then, be safe, wear your mask, wash your hands.